obviously I'm here to address the allegations against me and my business. I'm sure you've seen it. It's been going around everywhere. Obviously I haven't said anything because this is a legal matter, but obviously I do have to address it and say something because the allegation against me is quite hefty. Firstly, I just want to say sorry for obviously what the said individual is going through. My prayers, my family's prayers, everyone's prayers are with her. Hope you do get well soon. But this is not for me to bash anybody. It's literally just to clear my name off the allegation. The first thing that I do want to address is obviously the graphic image and photo that's going around, and obviously the Instagram live, etc. First thing I want to make extremely clear is that the picture that's going around isn't a result of her taking the nails off. That's a result of her getting surgery after removing her natural nails, because there's been a bit of confusion. I've noticed that some people thought that she got her nails done by me, took her nails off, and that's what it looked like underneath. That's not what it looked like underneath. That's what her nails looked like after her getting surgery. Throughout this whole process, from beginning till now, I've been complying with the individual. Anything she's wanted to do, I've agreed to do so. She brought up taking me to court. I said that I was more than happy to go to court because obviously, you know, this is a hefty allegation against me, so I was more than happy to go to court. I would also like to add that I was more than willing to compensate the individual for the injuries. So the first thing that I want to say is that I want to assure all of you guys that all the necessary measures and regulations were taken prior to the appointment, during the appointment, and after the appointment. My equipment was correctly sanitized. Everything was washed clean. The client was asked to sanitize her hands, and after sanitizing her hands, I even further went on to spray her hands down with an antiseptic spray, alcohol that you can use obviously on hands, and that's just to ensure further that everything was clean and ready for the appointment. And obviously her hands were examined. I checked her hands properly, and I didn't use any nail clippers, cuticle nippers on her, just to clear that up. Obviously to all the nail techs out there, remember that not to use those metal objects on clients that may have sickle cell or diabetes, etc. Okay.
Hi guys, welcome back to another video. So this is a follow-up on the recent video that I did about the girl who allegedly got her nail infected by the nail technician. So I posted that video so you guys could just listen to the full story. It was kind of cut down, but the important parts, I wanted you guys to just get a little bit of the understanding of what happened. Now, of course, there is two sides to every story. What you guys heard in the beginning was just a snippet of the nail technician, and she did address the allegations, she addressed the pictures, and so hopefully you guys can get a little bit of an understanding of what exactly happened. Firstly, as you guys heard in the beginning, as we know a little bit of a background of the victim, quote unquote, let's say the victim, she has underlying health issues. She has sickle cell, and she's actually a massive advocate for sickle cell. She's done interviews about it. This is a massive part of her life, and she actually went viral for a video that she'd done. I'm about to show you a triggering video, so just be aware.
Just bear with us 1 second. Let's get my finger at the top. He's burning me.
That's where a lot of people know her from, is from her documenting her sickle cell journey, which is something that the nail tech mentioned. Obviously when you have underlying health issues, certain treatments you have to be extra careful with. This video is not to side with whichever party. It's a difficult situation because on one hand she posted this video accusing of this nail tech of literally ruining her nails to the point where she had to go surgery to get them removed, how they were infected, and she posted these gruesome pictures. This potentially could have been very, very damaging to this nail tech's business. She didn't just do this live, guys. She also went to write a review about this nail tech. She said it was life changing. My fingers were genuinely affected. She's a nice girl but not accountable at all. I've had a really bad experience, and she posted these pictures. So she's really, really out to ruin this person's business by the looks of it. We all know, guys, bad news travels faster than good news. Now, this wasn't the first time that she had gotten her nails from the nail tech. When I watched the video initially and I was going through the comments, I noticed that she was getting a lot of backlash, and people were slamming her a lot, and I was wondering, well, she just posted this video and her nails are looking like that, which evidently shows that there was some type of issue. She definitely caught something. She had to get surgery. So why was all of the slamming happening? One of the comments stated, "Girl, your case is not going to win in court, and you better mind she don't sue you for damages. You had a set on for too long, one infield too many, and what you're doing right now is defamation. But hope that GoFundMe works out." And then her response was, "Thank you, Nadina, for your unnecessary irrelevancy." Through the comments, guys, this was going back and forth, back and forth. I found her responses quite rude, to be honest. When I was going through them, there was a message where somebody must have advised her, and she was just like, "I don't need anybody advising me of this and that," or something like that. And I just can't, it struck me, and I was just like, oh, okay, well. And obviously there was this whole discussion about the GoFundMe, which, by the way, guys, I'm going to do a separate video on that, because I really feel like I need, this is heavy on my heart. Like, I want to talk about this whole GoFundMe, and people were like, set up a GoFundMe, I'm going to put into your GoFundMe. Somebody has said, try and see if you can get any benefits, which in my head, that would be the first initial instant rather than a GoFundMe. Like, that's what you're entitled to. The government's aid is there. It's set up for you if you are entitled to it. So why not claim benefits? A few things that the nail tech obviously has said, as you guys heard it, all of her equipment was sanitized and it was all clean, it was prepped, it was ready, her hands, everything was ready. Like, everything that people were bashing her of, it was ready. Now, at this point, without any type of medical proof, we won't really know exactly what caused this to happen to her. Watching both videos actually opened my mind to this whole situation, because when you watch that, her life, like at the first instant, it automatically, you think, oh my gosh, what a trashy place, she definitely done that to your nails. But when you actually listen to both sides and you actually think about it, one of the things that struck me was when she said the picture that went viral, the picture that was going around, it wasn't that she took off her nails and that's what it looked like underneath. It was from the operation. All of her nails were taken off. That makes sense, because obviously she had acrylics before. So the picture would have been from after she took off the acrylics. But she never said that. She should have clarified, guys, this is what my nail looks like now that they have taken off the acrylic. I've taken off the bandages so you can see it. Obviously it's going to be looking bloody, it's going to be looking raw, and that's because of ABC. Do you know what I mean? Otherwise, what can happen is that people will just put 2 and 2 and then they'll think, rah, that's actually what she done, that's what the nail tech done, when that wasn't necessarily the case. If you just had an operation, your fingers would have been bandaged up. So how are they not bandaged up that you taking a picture and they look like that? Of course, if you took the bandages off, they're going to look raw. So that makes sense to me, that if that's the case, then it would have been from after the operation, because they would have looked raw. Does that make sense? She obviously showed us how the nails started pussing and how it started looking yellow underneath. So obviously there's something that she has caught anyway, regardless. How she caught it, I don't know. Looking at this nail tech's business, customers are happy to go there. She's built a reputable business. For her to have sustained her business even after that came out, people still went there, people still trusted her to go there because they've been there before and they've not had any type of issue. And the reason I point that out is because, yes, I put out that video first. I wouldn't want anybody to look at that video and just instantly project any type of hate or anger towards the nail tech. Do you get what I mean? It's a shame because what she was expressing was that she was getting a lot of hate, and she felt like obviously she had to apologize to people who felt like she let them down, you know, like that video kind of took trust away from her business, because obviously people were going there and it's a bit like, oh my gosh, I can't believe that just happened to her, is that going to happen to me? And as you can imagine, that will make people feel a bit scared and nervous. And that's where one of the key things about business is building rapport with your clients and having excellent customer service, because when things like this happen and you have built a good rapport with your clientele, they will know that whatever gets put out there that is negative, if they have been a clientele of you for a long time, they will stand by you. And it does seem like a lot of people have done. You know, when I was checking for reviews, that was pretty much the only negative review on Google search that I came across. You guys can go ahead and watch that video for yourself. I'm happy to leave the link. Another thing as well that she mentioned was that she had asked the defendant to provide medical reports, which she would have been able to. And the medical report that she provided, when it was checked over, allegedly that medical report was fake, it was fraudulent. So that's a big claim. The letter that she provided for her was a fraudulent letter. It wasn't even signed by your doctor. It was just basically like somebody who works at a hospital, they typed a letter, she just got somebody from the hospital to sign it, which is quite concerning, which is quite worrying, like if that is true, if that is a fact, because they can take tests of that liquid to see where that's coming from, especially because of her medical record. They would treat her as high risk. She could have easily gotten a report from her doctor, the surgeon or whatever, to confirm that is actually a particular type of chemical. That would have been substantial enough evidence to link it back to her nails. Do you get what I mean? But what the nail tech is saying is that that wasn't provided. So there's a lot of things in this case, like in this matter, and it's important that you guys go ahead and watch that video. There's two sides to every story. In terms of the nail tech and how she presented her video, I personally felt like she was professional. A lot of people bring things to social media, and she was saying that the reason why she brought it to social media is because the video, the original live, you know, it went all around and she addressed it. She took each point. She didn't bash the girl, she didn't come for the girl. You can see that she takes pride in her business, and she's definitely going to learn from this. So you guys let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'll speak to you guys in my next video.